With restrictions being lifted, the spirit of highway freedom is coming back into our hearts. The next generation of cruisers will be accompanying this riding renaissance, and we are here to give the shout-out to the newcomers of 2021 and beyond. Let's review the newest cruising motorcycles, listing their prices, relevant technical characteristics, and design peculiarities. Subscribe to Automotive Territory and never miss the upcoming motorcycle releases. Enjoy the ride! Honda CMX1100 Rebel. All new for 2021, the Rebel 1100 builds on the success of the smaller 500cc model, but brings you more character, higher performance, and modern tech. The bike's usual bopper vibe remains unchanged, but there is a new headlight with 4 LED bulbs and a large LCD screen. The suspension system consists of a 43mm cartridge-style fork and a piggyback shock, both from Showa. In terms of behavior on the road, this Honda manages to surprise by delivering a sportier than expected ride. At its heart sits the 1084cc Pearl Twin engine that was first used in the Africa Twin. Produces 87 horses and 80 mph speeds. Features throttle-by-wire controls and gets 2 gearbox options, a manual and a DCT. On the tech front, the riders can enjoy 3 power modes, 3 traction control levels, 3 braking modes, and standard cruise control. Indian Chief. Under development for the last 3 years, the new generation of the iconic Indian retains its timeless simplistic design, but becomes more compact and adds lots of modern tech. The bike is built on a steel tube frame that replaces the previous hydroformed aluminum chassis. Its cast aluminum rear subframe is now more stripped, giving the bike an overall lightweight appearance. There is also a characteristic solo bumper seat positioned just 26 inches above the pavement, mid-mount foot controls, and exposed rear shocks. Standard goodies for the entry-level Chief includes LED headlights and taillights, an analog gauge, cruise control, and keyless ignition, while the ABS commands extra $800. The base Chief comes powered by the 111 Thunderstroke with 73 horsepower and 108 pound-feet, while the all-black Dark Horse modification gets a 1/16 version of the mill, good for 79 HP and 120 pound-feet. With 4 gallons of fuel on board, each weighs 670 pounds. Harley Davidson Electra Glide Revival. The Revival is the first representative of the Icons collection, which in turn is the first stage of Harley's Hardwire initiative. It puts on the 1969 paint scheme with hi-fi blue, black denim, and birch white colors, plus the body is drowning in chrome. Limited to 1,500 units, this exclusive bagger gets an egocentric solo seat suspended with a shock with adjustable preload. To enhance the retro vibes, the Revival is decorated with the old-school saddlebags with rails, batwing fairing, and no LED lights. Instead, the main halogen light is flanked by 2 auxiliary incandescent lights. The HD Electra Glide Revival is powered by Milwaukee 8-114 that peaks at 97 horses and 118 pound-feet, controlled via cruise drive 6-speed. Despite its retro exterior, the bike is still smartphone integrated and equipped with Harley's full suite of electronic aids and the Boombox GTS infotainment with navigation. Triumph Rocket 3R Black and Rocket 3 GT Triple Black limited editions. Limited to 1,000 units each, the Rocket 3 range raises the bar of exclusivity for the 2021 model year. The sportier Rocket 3R Black gives priority to the all-black color scheme, mixing both matte and gloss finishes, while the Rocket 3 GT Triple Black gets a distinctive 3-shade black exterior with sophisticated tank detailing. Common styling cues for both bikes include a special carbon fiber front fender and a unique black finish on the engine, exhaust headers, and radiator cowls. The long-distance-oriented Rocket 3 GT offers a more relaxed riding position with forward-set footpegs and heated grips, but mechanically, both limited edition models are identical. Backed up by adjustable Showa suspension and Brembo's Dilemma brakes, the Rocket R Black and Rocket 3R Triple Black are powered by a 2500cc triple engine, delivering 167 horses and 163 pound-feet of torque. Promote cruisers over uncomfy sports bikes by smashing the like button. You'll be also strongly supporting our channel. Thanks in advance, and let's proceed. Ducati XDiavel Dark and Black Star. Labeled a sport cruiser, the XDiavel bike combines exciting riding with comfortable ergonomics, featuring a feet-forward riding position, low seat and swept back handlebars. For 2021 it gets two new iterations, the entry-level Dark and the flagship 50-unit edition called the Black Star. The first one has a more aggressive appeal since its every body part is finished in matte black, including the wheels and forks. In turn, the Black Star gets a two-tone black and gray paintwork, but spices it up with red accents on the tank. It also arrives with the exclusive light alloy forged wheels and a high-grip suede seat. Unsurprisingly, all the XDiavel models become Euro 5 compliant, while the engine remapping and exhaust tweaks release additional 8 ponies. In the end, the 1262cc Testa Strata DVT outputs 160 horsepower and 94 pound-feet. BMW R18 Walzwerk. Just a year has passed since the official premiere of the production-ready R18, but it has already become the favorite base model for many tuning and conversion shops. This time, the bike is modified by the German company Walzwerk, led by the ex-racer Markus Walz. Powered by the famed Big Boxer, the model needs no engine tweaks, so instead it features extensive exterior upgrades. Thanks to the new seat, fenders, mudguards and handlebar, this R18 adopts a much more bobber-like look that echoes the original concept. It gets a slightly reworked exhaust, as well as new taillights, brake lights, and indicators integrated into the fender struts. The final touch is an exclusive paint scheme with a fuel tank painted in Porsche blue. Buyers can also opt for the enhance of the chassis with a specially developed height-adjustable rear shock and larger 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels. Indian Super Chief and Super Chief Limited. Sitting on top of the new Indian Chief family, the Super Chief shares the steel tube frame and the minimalistic look with the rest of the lineup, but additionally, it boasts a far more expensive list of standard equipment. The bike is powered by the company's Thunderstroke V12 engine, but in the range-topping limited trim, it has a bigger displacement of 1890cc. This mill is good for 79 horses and 120 pound-feet of twist. Thanks to a different handlebar, the Super Chief lets you sit more upright, while its long-distance inclinations are made obvious by the standard black leather saddlebags, rubber-covered floorboards, and a quick-release windscreen. The model gets ABS, cruise control, and in case of the Limited, a 4-inch round display with Bluetooth-connected ride command system. Additional distinctions include chrome dual exhaust, large headlight bucket with nacelle, and a touring seat with a passenger pad. Harley Davidson Street Bob 114. After transitioning to the Softail platform, the Street Bob was blamed for having little to no differentiation with the Softail standard. In 2021, this will be rectified via the introduction of the Milwaukee 8 that churns out 114 pound-feet of torque at 3,250 RPM. Weighing 665 pounds at the curb, this HD lets you feel the added power and the twisties with a generous lean angle. And the new smooth Mini Ape handlebars will not stand in the way of balanced handling. The dual bending valve fork with 5 inches of travel and a single shock with 3.4 by Shova ensure an adequate bump reduction without losing the feel of the road. Plus, higher spec suspension setups by Öhlins are also optional. Lastly, the 2021 Harley Street Bob now comes with a passenger seat, but unfortunately, it can be hardly called adequate. BMW R18 and R18 Classic. Despite producing bikes since 1923, BMW Motorrad does not have a long and vibrant history in the cruiser niche. Their efforts in the segment are limited to the discontinued R1200C from the early 2000s, 1600 GT Sport Tourer, and a couple of maxi scooters. The R18 is the first pure BMW cruiser in the modern era, and it is motivated by the all-new Big Boxer engine. The 1800cc mill is the most powerful two-cylinder in series production. It delivers 91 horsepower at 4,750 rpm and peaks at 116 pound-feet of torque as low as 3,000. The bike's styling invokes the memories of the legendary BMW R5, especially when you see the exposed driveshaft, the lines of the rear swing arm, and the front forks encased in sleeves. In addition to the standard R18, there is a more exclusive Classic version that adds a high windscreen, passenger seat, saddlebags, and electronic cruise control. Honda Goldwing. The 6th generation Wing returns for its 3rd model year with a minor facelift that incorporates riders' feedback and addresses the most screaming concerns. It is offered in a bagger and full dresser variants with an option between a 6-speed manual transmission and a 7-speed DCT. Moreover, top-of-the-line version can be had with an airbag. At the heart of the bike is still the 1833cc horizontally opposed 6-cylinder, which produces 125 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. The new sport suspension, consisting of a double wishbone front fork and a Pro-Link unit at the rear, is still in place as well. All the Goldwings come pre-equipped with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and improved speakers rated for 45 watts. The Tours additionally get a larger 61-liter stop trunk that can finally fit 2 full-face helmets. Plus, passengers can benefit from a backrest with increased height and extra cushion for added comfort. How do you like the upcoming cruiser motorcycles? Which one deserves to replace your current highway machine? Let's talk this over in the comments below the video. Smash the like button and subscribe to Automotive Territory to never miss the motorbike news. Support our channel by shopping through the merchandise store, and as always, may the torque be with you!